Let's Talk To. It's the only show where we interview YouTubers. This episode is titled Facebook These Days. Song by The Killers, Brightside. Special guest Animation Rewind. Here's your host, Ryachu. Welcome to Let's Talk To, the only show where we interview YouTubers. So, we have a special guest here, Animation Rewind. I can't wait to interview him. But right before we interview him, here's a Facebook video that will make you laugh and just praise about life. So see you guys after the video. Go. What? 5, 4. Alright. 7, 6. What comes after 6? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! I guess you'd call that a touchdown. Alright guys, right after this messages, we're gonna interview Animation Rewind. See you guys and stay in tune.
About a little guy that lives in a blue world, and all day and all night, and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside, blue his house with the blue little window and a blue Corvette, and everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around, 'cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I'm blue, I'm a deed, I'm a die, I'm a deed, I'm a die, I'm a deed.
Hello everyone, Ryachu here. I came here to interview Animation Rewind. Say hello, introduce yourself.
Hi, this is Animation Rewind. I am the creator and producer of Cartoon Fight Club and many other animated parodies on my channel.
Wow, like his animation's pretty good. I love his animation. I subscribed to him like a long time ago. It was like amazing. My favorite favorite YouTube video was the Illuminati versus YouTube Poop and MOG.
Yeah, that
was a great one. All right, so let's ask him questions already. What equipment do you use?
Okay, so for animation, I personally animate all my sprite animations in Anime Studio Pro 9. For 3D, I work in both Poser Pro 2012 and animation program known as MMD. My very first few episodes were actually vector puppet animation, which kind of looks like little puppets that I shuffle around, and that was also performed in Anime Studio Pro 9. For editing, I usually work in iMovie, but for some of my more recent projects, I did do some editing in Filmora, but for most of the editing parts in terms of research, most of that is done in iMovie, and then basically just a combination of those three programs. And to record my voice, all that's done in GarageBand as well, to narrate all the scripting and stuff. Wow. So yeah, a combination of all those programs.
Wow, that's great, dude. Like you put a lot of effort to your work, I could tell.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Okay, second question is, what inspired you to do animation?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, I started back in 2011, and you know, I don't know if I have like a really good, straightforward answer, but I was always interested in all the cool animation channels on YouTube. And my first few animations were, my very first video was actually More Crab's brother, which is kind of like a parody to the More Crab's YouTube poop.
Oh.
So that's kind of what started my channel, just being inspired by a lot of other YouTubers and how they were able to share their ideas out to the internet and, you know, just have a lot of fun with it. So I guess just seeing a lot of people, the opportunity on YouTube is kind of what inspired me to head towards animation.
Wow, that's really great. All right, what is the one thing you hate about animation?
Oh, that's a good question. It's a lot of fun. One thing that I don't like is, you know, sometimes you work so hard on a project, because animation, it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I can tell.
In the beginning, like, you would work so hard and you would realize that not a lot of people watch it. So for a lot of small animators, starting an animation channel is actually kind of tough at first, because I might be a little biased at saying this, but I think animation channels are one of the hardest channels to run.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because, you know, you put a lot of work into stuff in the beginning, and
it's like a lot of months. Don't
yeah, and you see a lot of other channels, which I'm not throwing any shots at any other types of channels, but you know, you can make like a reaction channel in a day, a reaction video in a day, or a gaming video in a few days.
Oh yeah.
But so the hardest part about animation is it takes a lot of skill to learn, and I don't even consider myself that good. I have a lot of other guest animators who I think are a lot better than me, but the hardest part with animation is just putting so much blood, sweat, and tears, and sometimes in the beginning it won't pay off, but if you work hard enough, I mean, for me at least, it has paid off. So
oh yeah, it did, definitely. Oh yeah, you just reached your 200,000 subscribers. Congratulations for that.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a great milestone for the channel. Thank you.
All right, so have any funny stories during the animation, or like any stories in general?
Well, definitely the meme battles, because a lot of this during the meme fights, you know, they're kind of off the cuff, you know, like
Yeah.
a lot of the stuff during the meme fights, they're not, the point of the meme battles, they're not supposed to make any sense. So, you know, just making those in general, all the stuff in that, it's almost right off the bat, like, surprisingly, almost nothing in the meme fights are scripted. It's just whatever I feel like doing next happens. So I did get a lot of personal enjoyment. And here's a funny story. There's actually an inside joke with the research team in Saitama versus Superman. There's a scene where there's a scene in there where Otis kills Goku, and that's actually an inside joke within the research team that Otis the cow can beat Goku in a fight. So I decided to throw that in there, and I think that's like a funny thing that most fans wouldn't know up until now.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that, to be honest.
Yeah, that was purely an inside joke that pretty much only like a few people understood.
Alright. Alright, next question. That was a really great question answer.
Thank you.
What would you do during free time? Keep it PG-13. I'm just kidding.
Definitely. You know, I actually spend most of my time animating, and you know, this YouTube is all my free time opportunity. I invested into YouTube. Sometimes, you know, I play video games or just, you know, do stuff to relax, play sports or whatever, but you know, a lot of time goes into school, and then whatever I have left is into YouTube. So this is pretty much my free time, working on my channel, which I keep doing. Yeah.
Some dedication you show there, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here's the 8th question. This is a pretty tough one for me, but what was one of your best works in Animation Rewind?
For me personally, I would have to say the meme free-for-all, because it's a 30-minute animation.
Oh,
it took 5 months to make, and just a whole lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that one. But in terms of quality, I would say my guest animators can do better work than I can in terms of creating action-packed sequences. If I had to choose like maybe like a top 3 best animated, I would say Mario versus Luigi. This is in no order. I mean, it's kind of Mario versus Luigi. You know, all the guest sprite animators like Kirby versus Pac-Man, Deadpool versus Shadow, just a lot of these guys, Sonic versus the Flash, these guys have a lot of talent, and I can't.
Oh yeah, they do.
So you know, a lot of battles like that, definitely not my first episodes. Those were huge messes. But if I had to pick one, this might be another biased answer, but the meme free-for-all, I put too much work not to choose that one.
Oh yeah, because it took you 5 months just to make that, and you were really proud of it.
Yeah, a lot of work went into that.
Like, all animators are proud of their work.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So, do you love or dislike anime?
Oh no, I like anime, but I try not to put as few bias as possible during the research. Like, I know, like, as humans, everyone prefers certain characters over another, but
oh yeah,
I really do try to make sure that I don't let my favorites get the wins, and clearly my show does show that I do like a lot of animes. You know, clearly stuff like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, a lot. To give you the short answer, yes, I do enjoy anime.
All right, what is your favorite anime then?
It's, you know, this straight from the top. This might be surprising to a lot of people. It's not Dragon Ball Z. It's actually Bobobo.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Which is surprising because I have so many Dragon Ball fights and not a single fight. But no, my favorite anime is actually Bobobo. It's so crazy, and I get a lot of inspiration from that anime, as you can see in some of the craziness in my own animations. But that is my favorite anime.
Yeah, I could tell. Wow, Bobobo. I don't know how to say that.
7 bows in there.
All right. Next question is: if your animation channel didn't work out, what would your second option be in YouTube?
You know, actually, that's a good question because this animation channel wasn't my first channel.
What, really?
Before this, I deleted the old channel. I had an old channel where I would do like Transformers reviews because my favorite series of all times is Transformers, and I would show off like my collection of Transformers figures. But you know, I felt like it wasn't going anywhere, and it was almost like a one-trick pony. Like, it was the same thing, and I just didn't have any motivation to keep doing it. So I was like, you know what? Let me delete that and start. And this is before, like, I was probably like 11 years old at the time, so it wasn't anything too serious. And then I started my animation channel when I was 13, and then from there on out. But yeah, if I had to go back to something else, you know, I would create things that I like, which would probably revolve around something which involves fiction and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a good question.
Wow, I didn't know that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, here's the next question. What was your first thoughts when you first uploaded your first video?
Oh, my first video or my first Cartoon Fight Club?
Well, let's say both.
Alright, both. Okay.
All right.
Well, More Crab's brother was actually an accident because I was working on a video with like a really fat Patrick Star, and it was supposed to be the same thing, like 15 seconds, just him moving his arms around. Because my first like 3 animations were just animated just to purely test the software out. But that file accidentally got corrupted by my brother, which so then I created a video called More Crab's Brother. But I guess it worked out great in the end because, you know, I used More Crab's Brother in the meme free-for-all, and it was kind of like a happy accident. And then Wario vs. Knuckles, you know, I look back at that and I think, man, that was also kind of another happy accident because Cartoon Fight Club in general, it wasn't supposed to be like a versus series. It was supposed to be a parody to the Fight Club movie. And it was supposed to take inspiration also from Smash Bros, where like characters would receive letters to join in on the fight. And the first episode was actually supposed to be Mordecai and Rigby versus Finn and Jake. But you know, yeah, but that got postponed and it got stripped down too. And you know, in Mordecai and Rigby versus Finn and Jake, if you watch that fight again, most of it is actually like there's a lot of storytelling and not a whole lot of fighting because the series wasn't supposed to be a versus debating channel. And I scrapped all that because I just felt like I didn't have enough resources to like write strong material, and I felt like, you know what, let's play it, I don't want to say the word safe, but let's play it cool, like keep it cool. I wanted to do something that I don't feel like, because I felt like I was putting an extra effort into something that was supposed to be fun, and I wasn't having as much fun trying to create like a parody to the Fight Club movie. So I postponed Mordecai and Rigby versus Finn and Jake, and I did something I took my favorite Sonic character, Knuckles, and I found a good rival for him, Wario, and the rest was history. And again, both my first video ever and the first episode of Cartoon Fight Club were pretty much happy accidents that weren't really planned out.
Kind of like the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, exactly.
And
exactly, just a nice accident that worked out great in the end.
I think you explained this on like one of the videos, didn't you? You said it was like an accident.
Yeah, the origin of Cartoon Fight Club. I explained that in my 100K video. It was pretty much a happy accident, and I'm glad it happened. I mean, this was like making this channel and reaching this far is one of my greatest personal accomplishments, I believe.
That's amazing. That is a great story.
Thank you.
Okay. Who was the first person you told about your channel?
Well, obviously my immediate family were the first people to know, but my friends back in middle school and high school were pretty much the first people to know about the channel, and a lot of them are still big fans today, and a lot of them have their own YouTube channels, and they've actually been featured in some of, like, not in Cartoon Fight Club episodes, but there's an old there's some old school projects that are animations that were on my channel. You could still watch them. I think one of them is called like Lithium Adventure, and those had some like voice acting from my school friends. And then there's actually one fan night called Comment Fight Club, which was produced by another one of my school friends, and he took like all the like mean comments or whatever, and like he uploaded it as a fan night. So like I guess my school friends and my family members were the first people to know about my channel.
Wow. So that's a great answer. Next question is, what is your goal in YouTube or general in life?
Wow, those are two different questions. My goal in YouTube is to, have as much fun as possible, but also prove to the world that anyone can anyone can be successful doing something they love. And I found that true to be with my channel, because if I don't like doing something, I stop doing it, and I only like to focus on doing something that I like, even if I know it's going to be hard to succeed in. And the same thing goes for life as well. And my goal in life is to just get as much as I can out of it. I don't want to get too like mopey and sleepy, but we're only on here for a short time, and I don't want to get all philosophical and stuff, but just get the most out of life and enjoy every second of it.
Wow. I never thought of that way, to be honest, about my YouTube channel. Alright. Last question is, any advice you have to give to the newcomers in YouTube?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things I could say, but the biggest thing is, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, then you're not going to do great at it. You have to love what you do in order to be good. The best basketball players, they love playing basketball. The best singers love singing. So to be a great YouTuber, you have to be relatable, and don't be afraid to to do something that people might not like. Like a lot of people, they don't like to start series like this because they're afraid to be called Death Battle ripoffs or just ripoffs. Or a lot of people are afraid to create gaming channels because they're afraid of being PewDiePie ripoffs. Like, don't fear the haters, and don't be afraid to try. The only time you fail is when you fail to try. So just by uploading content, you're already doing a lot more than, I would say, 90% of the people on YouTube. Like most people who have YouTube accounts, they just watch videos. So the fact that if you're creating videos, you're that much a step ahead of the game. And be patient. I had my YouTube channel for about 3 years, and the first 2 years I only had like 3,000 subscribers, and I would only get like 1 subscriber a day. So another big tip is be as patient as possible. Even if it takes a few years, eventually, if you love it that much and if you want it that much, your day will come. And this goes out to anyone. I know there's a lot of competition as of 2016. There's a whole lot of YouTube channels, and that's also why I started my Fan Night series to help smaller channels, because I know I was a smaller channel back in the day, and it is really difficult. And if someone could have gave me a shout out, I would have taken it in the first heartbeat. So definitely don't give. If to sum up everything, don't give up.
Wow, that's really inspired words of your I don't know what to say. It's speechless. It's speechless.
Hey, that's okay, man.
Thank you for being here in this new show.
Hey, I'm happy to have. This was my first interview. I never did something like this, and it was a lot of fun. And maybe we could have many more down the road. And this is a great opportunity for both of us. And this was just a great interview. You asked great questions. Yeah, I was happy to be a part of this
like
call,
you said,
man.
I was afraid of doing the whole Let's Talk To, because people were gonna say, what a ripoff of Conan or something like that. But I decided to do it.
Yeah. Don't let the haters get to you. And that's like, there's a vocal minority and a silent majority. Like, the people who like your stuff, they're not gonna express it as much as the people who hate your stuff. So just block out all the hate and don't let stuff like that get to you, because I get called a Death Battle ripoff every single day, and I'm sure a lot of people, like, YouTubers like Pyrocynical, they get called Leafy ripoffs, or like, if Markiplier plays a game that PewDiePie already played, he would get hate saying, oh, PewDiePie already played that. Like, just don't let the hate get to you, and just focus on those who like your content, because the people who like your content their opinions matter more than just blind haters. And now in the same sentence, if people are giving you constructive criticism, obviously take that with open arms, but if they're giving you blind hate, then they're not worth any of your time. But yeah, I'm glad you did this interview, and I hope this is a great step for your channel
thank you
as well.
so much. You hear that? All 500 subscribers of this is
Yeah, definitely, yeah. We'll let them. And hopefully you get much more, and I can't wait to share this to my fan base, and I'm sure they would like to hear all the answers and questions that we both discussed, and this was just a great interview, and I think... Alright then, I guess I'll let you go, and I can't wait to see this on the internet, man.
So, thank you guys for watching this video of Let's Talk To, our first freaking episode of Let's Talk To. Give up to Animation Rewind, the most amazing animator we have ever known in our show. And our first. He always be our first. So, any last words to anyone? Or
stay tuned for the next episode of Cartoon Fight Club, and stay tuned for many big things I have planned. Enjoy, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.